આગળ વધીએ આપણી સાથે બીજા એક મેનેજમેન્ટ જોડાઈ ચૂક્યા છે. ઇન્ડોસ્ટાર કેપિટલના ફાઇનાન્સના એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ વીસી અને સીઈઓ આર શ્રીધર જોડાઈ ચૂક્યા છે આગળ વાતચીત કરવા માટે. હાય સર, થેન્ક્સ વેરી મચ ફોર જોઈનિંગ ઇન. લેટ મી સ્ટાર્ટ વિથ ધ ઓવરઓલ પિક્ચર ફોર ધીસ ક્વાર્ટર. I mean, it's kind of a bit stressed when we look around for the cost of borrowing, the way it is going up. In terms of AUMs also, it has been a constant decline since past 3 to 6 quarters. What situation is it working on? Can you give me a highlight on that front before we start on other parameters of the results?
See, Indostar is transitioning from corporate lending business to retail. So we are growing the retail business, but exiting the corporate lending business. That's why you will find that the AUM remains flat. But when it comes to the cost of funds, the cost of funds is continuously declining. So we are around 9.5% now, and an average cost of funds. The incremental cost of funds is still lower, between 8 to 9%. And the liquidity pipeline is quite strong with capital adequacy at 35%. So we are quite strong on the liability side with 35% capital adequacy, strong ALM, and huge liquidity pipeline, which comes at a cost between 8 to 9% for NBFC and between 7 to 8% for our affordable housing finance company. So with the kind of liability side strength, we are looking to grow the retail business in a big way. So we are present in the commercial vehicle finance business, particularly in the used commercial vehicles. So in the used commercial vehicles, SME as well as affordable housing finance is the three retail businesses we are focusing. And last year, after a long pandemic, we have been growing steadily, but last quarter has been very strong. And we have crossed for the first time a disbursement of 1,000 crores. We have actually done 1,100 crores. With the yields at around 17% for used commercial vehicles and 14% for affordable housing finance. So the profitability is quite high. So we are focusing on growth, quality, and profitability. The collections have been quite strong. Continuously it is going up. The net collections are more than 90% and gross collections are more than 100%. The stage 3 has been very stable, and we have been following continuously very conservative accounting policy. So we have provided for the future stress in the earlier years in March 20 and March 21. So we are standing good, and we are going to take advantage of the potential which is unfolding now with the economy reviving and pandemic subsiding.
Okay, that clarifies the numbers actually optically. Thanks very much, sir. Acha, one more thing I actually wanted to understand was a follow-up on the things you said. In terms of cost of funds that you were talking about, it has been constantly declining. What kind of NIMS effect can I watch out for in next 1 to 2 quarters? Because this time also the NIMS have expanded around 90 basis points. A further improvement on that parameters, what kind of levels can I witness there?
So as I've told you, we are in a used commercial vehicle finance business, which is giving us a yield of 17 to 18%. With cost of funds below 10, our spreads are around 8%. And with capital adequacy at 35%, we can look at NIMS moving to double digits quite quickly as we grow and use our capital in the next few quarters. So the NIMS in the used vehicle financing business in the parent is going to be quite high. It will be between 9 to 10%. And when it comes to affordable housing finance business, the cost of fund is lower. So there also we have huge capital. So there also we can look at that kind of a net interest margin. So we have decided to focus on niche segments where there is no presence of banks and very few companies are present, which is scalable, small ticket. So that is the segments we are focusing, like used vehicles and affordable housing. In both, our NIMS will be between 9 to 10% for some time, and then slowly it will come down to 8% as and when we grow and consume the capital.
Okay, agreed, sir. In terms of asset quality, because you did talk about the kind of stress you have already accounted for, what kind of improvement can I witness in terms of asset quality? Your gross NPAs have already kind of a bit increased, just a bit. I agree on that parameters, but from improvement parameters, when can I expect that coming in through in your books?
See, when it comes to asset quality in the affordable housing finance, we have an impeccable asset quality. Right from the beginning, there was no problem. But when it comes to commercial vehicles, you know that the country witnessed sluggish GDP, CV down cycle, as well as moratorium, your restructuring due to pandemic. So the industry went through a lot of challenges, and during that period, naturally, the credit cost went up. But we followed very conservative accounting policy and provided in the last 2 financial years, we have taken management overlay to protect our balance sheet. So I do feel that our stage 3 assets will continue to be in that level. And what is very heartening is post pandemic from November 2020 to October 2021, for the last 12 years, in the used commercial vehicle finance business, we have done nearly 2,500 crore of disbursements. And in this, 98% is in stage 1. So the new book which we have been generating from October 2020 has impeccable asset quality. The old book had some stress due to the challenges which I had articulated. For that, we have taken enough cover. So there is not going to be any further stress or challenge. We have been adequately provided. We have taken conservative stand on that. So absolutely, there is not going to be any problem. If there is no write back, at least there will be no write off.